Great, recognition now. My dear Andre, well, so today we're going to be working in our class number 6. It's only one class this week, and well, it's going to be a very easy class because it's going to have some sentence, some expressions, right? Kind of connectors, and also some kind of sentences, which we're going to talk about contrast, no? Contrast, it's something that, well, like difference, no? Like we have worked before when we work with the expressions of contrast, like however, nevertheless, all of those. But today we're going to find other different ways to do it, not only with those connectors, but with other different ways to do it, right? Well, at first, I want to ask you this question. What is the worst habit that you have quitted or that you have quit, right? So, when I say the worst habit, it's like a bad habit that I already, oh my God, fortunately, I quit it. For example, before when I was like in university, I used to, I used to smoke like a lot, no, like in university. Um, I was very stressed in university. Oh, I thought I was very stressed. I was not really stressed. I am now, but now I don't smoke. So, but it's like before I used to smoke a lot. In the national university, it's very common that everybody smokes. Like it's very common to see everybody smoking. So I used to do it a lot. Later after I graduated, I could quit the cigarette. No, so that's the thing. What about you? What is the worst habit that you have quit?
Teacher, I don't understand the question. Como un hábito que tenía que ya no tengo.
Exactly. When I say quit a habit, like quit is like salir, right?
Ah, okay.
Pero cuando digo quit a habit, es como dejar de hacer algo, un hábito que ya dejé, ¿ready?
Okay, teacher. Mm, in the university, I used to drink coffee a lot.
And now, no?
Um, and now no, because the coffee stained me the teeth.
The, yes, yeah, that's the worst. That's the ugly part of the coffee. I
Yes.
still do it because, one tinto at a day, it's necessary. But yes, before actually in my case it was like the opposite because before I used to smoke, I didn't used to drink so much tinto, but now I don't smoke, but I drink more coffee, because work responsibilities. Now that's the thing,
Yes,
right?
teacher. Likewise, the coffee doesn't make up, so uh, don't have many sense.
Yeah. So, but it's because you created like tolerance to the coffee, or because in real life the coffee doesn't work, or it's because you created
No,
like resistance.
no, the coffee, el café no me hace nada.
Pero a ti, o sea, it's like your
A
personal
mí,
case.
yes.
Claro, ya desarrollaste tolerancia. Now you create tolerance to the coffee.
Yes.
Oh my God. Sí, o sea, if it's not to wake up, it doesn't make much sense, no? Mhm. So in that case, when we say like, we don't say have sense, but make sense. No decimos en inglés como tener sentido, sino hacer sentido, right? So it doesn't make sense. Okay. Bueno, muy bien, very good. So, my dear Andre, in this case, the question was because I want you to use the expression used to, the one that you use, no? So, in that case, you said, teacher, I used to drink a lot of coffee, but not anymore, right? Used to?
Sí,
Yes, dime, Andre.
me desconecté, como que se me fue como un momentico el internet.
Ah, don't worry, don't worry. The question that I asked you at the beginning was because I want you to use the expression used to, the expression that you use, right? You said, teacher, I used to drink a lot of coffee. Perfect. Which is normally when we talk about habits or customs in the past, we use that expression used to, right? Used to, it's a way to express contrast. Why? Because it's expressing difference between the past and the present. No, when I say I used to smoke a lot, it means that before I did it, but now I don't do it. Saying if you do it, like if you said like before I used to drink a lot of coffee, it's the same, no? So you're saying like before it was normal to drink coffee, but now not anymore, right? So in that case, we're going to find that these expressions used to, and actually also that I'm going to show you here, would, yeah, are going to help me to express contrast between tenses, especially contrast between past and present, you know, but between past and present, right? In this case, they are going to, when we use this expression, used to and would, they are showing that before there was something different, right? We have to take into account that used to is used with all the verbs. All different verbs can be used with used to. Used to smoke, used to drink, used to go, used to study, used to whatever. But would, no. Would, it's going to be a verb that it's only used when we have a transitive verbs. You know what is the meaning of transitive? No, sorry, I forgot now. What is the name of those verbs? We have the action verbs and the stative verbs. Sorry. We have the stative verbs and we have the action verbs. It's another classification of verbs. The stative verbs are going to be the verbs that we have for feelings, for cognitive processes, for states. And the action verbs are the verbs that really include a physical movement, right? Like, for example, if I say go, it includes a physical movement, so it's an action verb. But if I say, for example, think, that it doesn't include a physical movement. I can think without moving. In this moment, I'm thinking, but I am not moving. So in that case, those stative verbs, they can work with the expression would. In this case, only the action verbs are going to be suitable, like possible, to work with would in the past. Now, would normally is used for the present. When I want to express would as a contrast, as a habit, right? I am going to use would, but using a time expression, right? For example, when I say, I perfectly could say like years ago, I would go to train every afternoon. Yeah, it's an action that it's in past, but I use it with would because I want to express that it was habit, it was customary. In this case, every afternoon, for example, right? Or, of course, I can simply say, I used to go to train every afternoon, right? Used to, the expression used to, it's possible to use it with the stative verbs and with action verbs. Both, no problem. But would only with the action verbs. Ready? So if I say, for example, I would think, it's not pretty correct. I mean, probably the context is going to make understand the sentence, but the correct way to use would is going to be with action verbs, right? Go, eat, do, make, well, all the different action verbs that we have, ready? And used to, it's going to have the possibility to use with work or to work with both, with stative verbs and with action verbs, right? And hasta ahí clear the
Yes,
difference
teacher.
between, yes, good,
Yes, it's clear.
very good. For example, the people before, if we talk about the people before, the grandparents or the elderly, for example, elderly, which is the old people, right? They had different customs from us, no? They had, for example, the custom to use this object. They had the custom to smoke pipe. They didn't have the custom to send emails, so they used to do other thing, right? They used to flirt. Flirt, you know what is the meaning of flirt?
No, teacher.
Como coquetear, ¿no? Como
Okay.
conquistar, right? So they used to flirt in a different way. So what can you tell me about their customs? What did they used to do or what would they do?
Mm, teacher, la pregunta es como, o sea, en cualquiera de estas acciones
Yes, yes,
utilizar.
yes.
I used to call my friends with the phone.
Bueno, because are old, we used to use these phones, no? The kids
Yes.
nowadays, they didn't used to do that. But when we used to do that, right? So we used to call our friends, right? Good. It was common for us to. Our friends with that phone. Muy bien, very good, right? What else? Any other?
Mm, pero como de mí o también lo puedo decir de otra
No,
persona.
exactly. Actually, the question was about the elderly. Elderly son como la tercera edad, o sea,
Okay.
los viejitos. Nothing with you.
Okay. Before they used to smoke with, I don't know.
Pipe is the same.
Pipe. Okay.
Yeah,
Pipe.
they used to smoke with a pipe. Yeah, it was very common. Well, actually, my father, no, he didn't used to smoke with a pipe, but my grandpa, yes. So he used to smoke with a pipe. Yeah, it was pretty common, right? Okay, muy bien. Anything else?
Eh, mm, Too many years ago, they used to send handwritten letters.
Yes, exactly. So, too many years ago, they used to send, right? Handwritten, handwritten letters. Perfect. Very good. That's it, right? So good, excellent. So in this case, André, ¿me escuchas?
Yes, teacher.
Ok, es que dice que la conexión es inestable. Sorry. Good. No. So in this case, we have, for example, the possibility to use used to. So you use used to in all of them. Good, perfect, excellent, right? But
With send. Would.
yeah, well, in which ones would you use would? ¿En cuál le usarías would?
In send the letters, for
Good.
example.
Yeah. What about call? What about smoke?
Call. Smoke también.
Yes, smoke también, no? So, because it's an action, no? So when you use
Yes.
smoke, it's an action. Good. Exactly. Ready? Now, in what context is going to be more commonly used would when we describe like the routine of the person? For example, every time my grandpa had lunch, comma, he would smoke his pipe. He would smoke his pipe for 5 minutes. No, so in that case, I am more describing like the routine, the habits completely, right? So in that case, when I have like a context, it's easier to include would, right? So of course, in all the sentences, you include a very important element that is the time expression. Before, too many years ago, that is going to think, okay, it's about the past. So I can use would. But it's more commonly used when we describe like the routine of the person before, no? So, for example, every time well, not every time, but almost every time I finish school, I would stay and play soccer with my friends, right? So I would stay and play soccer with my friends, like describing my routine. Or simply, I can say, well, I used to play soccer with my friends after school, right? As I told you, this is like a way to express contrast implicitly because it's like, okay, before that was normal, now it is not. So it's describing contrast or difference between the past and the present. Ready, Andre? Yeah?
Yes, teacher. I have a doubt. With
Yes.
would also is a action that before you did and now no.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Okay.
also for past habit. The difference is the kind of verb that is an action verb, but the rest is exactly the same. Right?
Okay.
It's similar to when we say, for example, like in this case, like fumaba, ¿no? Like, yo puedo decir solía fumar, right? Like, used to smoke, o he would smoke, que es otra forma, en español lo uso con pasado simple, ¿no? Fumaba. Aquí uso el would para hacer eso, right? Yes. So that's the difference. It's anyway a habit in the past. And it's clear that in the present doesn't happen anymore. Bueno, my dear. So
Okay,
that was about the grandparents, the old people. But what about you? How was your routine before? What things did you used to do, or what things would you do after school? Or how used to be your routine? What were your habits before?
when I was to school, I used to sleep after the classes.
Of course. Of course, because what time did you used to wake up back in that time?
Excuse me, teacher.
What time did you used to wake up?
More or less 12.
To wake up?
And
No, but in the morning before the school, what time did you used to wake up
up,
before the school?
more or less 7.
Oh, very early, of course. So,
So I arrived my home and I had lunch and then sleep.
for example, then you said like, I arrived home, then I had lunch, and always I would go to sleep for how much time? Half an hour,
Yes.
1 hour?
Uh, 2 hours, more
Uy,
or less.
my God. Okay, so I would go to sleep always for 2 hours. That's it. No, in that case, it's possible to use would. So, yeah, describing the action. Okay, very
Yes,
good.
teacher.
Anything else? Anything other characteristic action of the past?
Mm, I don't know. With when I was more young, eh, I, ¿cómo lo diría? Como en negativo.
If it's with used to, I didn't used to. With the simple past, I didn't used to. If it's with would, I wouldn't.
Wouldn't. I wouldn't eh, fix me.
Ah,
And
okay,
now,
very
yes,
good. No, of course. When you
a
say,
little more.
okay, when you say, but fix me es como, fix es como muy mecánica la cosa. Entonces, when
Ah,
I
okay, okay.
say, for example, like, ¿qué no usabas? ¿Maquillaje o simplemente
No,
como
no
que,
utilizaba maquillaje.
por example, good. Entonces, for example, wear makeup. Makeup
Okay.
is like maquillaje, so, y usar maquillaje, ¿no? Entonces, I didn't used to wear makeup, or I wouldn't wear makeup. That's it. Now I do, of course, ¿no? Yeah, because digamos,
Yeah.
fix me, fix es como arreglar algo mecánico, no sé, arreglar.
Ah,
Lo
okay.
uso. Exacto. ¿Listo? Ready? Bueno, muy bien, very good, excellent. Well, Andre, question. I have seen your pictures. Well, I have seen pictures of profile of you, of course. And question, did you used to have your hair red always?
No, teacher. Before I was the hair, uh,
Blonde?
no, brown.
Ah, yeah.
My natural color of my hair is brown.
Oh, okay, okay. So you used to have, yes, used to have, like, solía tener, I used to have my hair brown, right?
I used to have my hair brown.
Okay, very good. That's it, no? Bueno, muy bien. So in that case, that's the idea using these two expressions. It's a way simply to express contrast between past and present, ¿no? But the contrast is like a little bit implicit. Es un poquito implícito. Like you have to understand, like, okay, o sea que antes, yes, and Now we have other different expressions which we are going to use to express contrast explicitly. Más explícitamente, we are going to use these expressions to express contrast. Ready? We have two. While and whereas is the group number one, and unlike and in contrast is the group number two, right? While and whereas, it means like mientras, no? And unlike and in contrast, it means like a diferencia de o en contraste a, right? Both have the same option, the same function, that it's like describing a difference between two parts, but they have different ways to do it. When we have while and whereas, the sentence that we have, it's going to be done, or it's going to be expressed completely. It means with subject, with verb, and with complement, a complete sentence. Difference from that, we're going to have unlike and in contrast, which after them, I only have a noun phrase. A noun phrase, recuerda que es una oración nominal, o sea, simplemente un sustantivo. Puede estar acompañado de adjetivo, de lo que tú quieras, excepto verbo. ¿Ready? Puede tener lo que tú quieras, excepto verbo, porque no tiene una acción esa frase. ¿Ready? Entonces, for example, I can say that while my brothers are burned. Complete sentence, subject, verb, and complement, comma, I am pallid. I am more pallid, right? I am expressing difference. I am saying that my two brothers are burned and I am pallid, right? Using why or whereas, whatever, it's fine. Whereas my brothers are burned, sorry, I am pallid. Yes, and that's it. Easy,
Teacher,
no?
what is Burnett?
Burnett is morenos.
Okay.
Morenos, yes. So while my brothers are brunette, I am pallid. Yeah. My two brothers are brunette and I am not. So in that case, I can express it using while. O sea, mientras que ellos son esto, yo no, right? That's it. But I also can use the expression unlike or in contrast. The difference is that it's going to be much simpler. Va a ser mucho más sencillo. Because I can say only, unlike my brothers, comma, I am pallid. Después de esta expresión, unlike o in contrast to, aquí me faltó in contrast to, sorry, únicamente uso un sustantivo. Aquí el sustantivo es a diferencia de quién, de mi hermano, that's it. El verbo y el complemento no son necesarios, es implícito. Pero se entiende que si yo digo que a diferencia de ellos yo soy pálido, o sea, digo que ellos no. ¿Cierto? In contrast to my brothers o unlike my brothers, I am pallid. O sea, your brothers are not pallid, they are brunette, yes? So they are not very white. I am very white. So these expressions are going to be used for the same, expressing difference between two different parts, but the way is different. The group number one, use a complete sentence afterwards. The group number two, use only a noun phrase. Ready? As they are connectors, como son conectores, we have to remember the two positions of the connectors. Remember that it's a possibility that I can use it, the connector, sentence number one, comma, sentence number two, option number one, o sentence number one, the connector, option number two. O sea, puedo decir, unlike my brothers, I am pallid, that's the first option. Or I am pallid, unlike my brothers, right? Unlike my brothers. The connector can be at the beginning or can be in the middle. Okay, Andrea?
Yes, teacher.
Questions there? Is clear the difference between the two expressions?
Yes.
Andre, here we have two different animals. What difference do you see if we make a comparison between the little bunny and the lion? What difference do you see between them both?
while the lion have yellow hair.
Mhm, mhm.
Mm, the rabbit have a gray hair.
Good, very good. Bueno, cuando hablamos de cabellito de los animales es fur.
Eso te iba a preguntar.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly, fur. Ready? Entonces, in that
Fur
case, fur. Yes. You
es
said, for
como
example,
pelaje.
exactly, pelaje, exactly like that, yes. So you said, for example, while the lion has, como es un solo león, while the lion has blonde or yellow fur, comma, the rabbit has gray fur. Listo. Difference number one. Anything else? Maybe between the habits?
Mm, mm,
I either.
unlike the lion have a big teeth.
Okay. So you said, unlike the rabbit.
Okay. Unlike. Sí, porque si digo have, ya estoy mencionando un verbo.
Exacto. Entonces, unlike the rabbit, comma, the lion has big teeth, right? Big.
Ok.
Bien, exacto, decía. Bueno, entonces en este caso, la expresión, o sea noun phrase o completa, es la que va después del conector. O sea, digamos, después de unlike, ¿ready? Ya sea que vaya en la mitad o que vaya en medio, la que va después es la que va a ir de esta manera, sea completa o sea noun phrase, ¿ready? Entonces, that's why, for example, I said, unlike the rabbit, a diferencia del conejito, unlike the rabbit, yes, coma, y la siguiente sí completa, the lion has big teeth, ¿no? Good. For example, the lion is carnivorous and the rabbit is, well, herbivorous or omnivorous? I'm not sure.
Herbivores.
Herbivorous, right? So how would you describe that difference?
While the lion are carnivorous animal, uh, the rabbit is lion is carnivorous animal. The rabbit is herbivorous.
Good, very good. Entonces, puedes usar are, obviamente, si mencionas los leones en general. Por ejemplo, y while the lions, plural, are carnivores, comma, the rabbits are, si usas plural. Si no, si está muy bien el is, right? So, while the lion is carnivorous, comma, the rabbit is herbivorous, ¿no? Muy bien, very good.
Yes,
Ah,
teacher.
listo. Any other difference there? ¿Alguna otra diferencia? Anything that you see? ¿No?
Mm, unlike the rabbit, the lions has a short legs. No sé cómo se dice patas.
Bueno, si son piernas, o sea, como lo que uno dice pata a
Sí,
la pierna,
diría.
si son legs, pero si son como las garritas, pues lo que es como la manito del
Entonces sí,
animal, llaman paws.
sí son legs.
Exacto, eso. Si no, son las paws. Exacto, bueno, creo que sería al revés, más bien. Unlike the
Ah,
lion, the rabbit has short legs.
eso es. Sí, sí, sí.
Exacto, bien. Muy
El
bien.
unlike al principio es más difícil de entender, pero sí, ya más o menos le cogí.
Exacto, bueno, y si no, pues, bueno, creo que usar in contrast to, pues es igual, ¿no? Como que that's the thing, right? Bueno, muy
Ok.
bien. Very good. Entonces, in that case, we have a lot of difference, muchas diferencias. We have a lot of difference, but there is going to be one similarity. There are many differences, and I can say that these animals are very different. These animals are very different. sea, we are saying that most of the qualities are different. Casi todas las cualidades son diferentes. Then here I'm going to include exception. Exception. When I include exception, it's because casi todo es diferente excepto por una cosita. O casi todo es igual excepto por una cosita. Es una excepción, right? So in that case, when we want to introduce exception, ready? We're going to have two possibilities then. We have except that and except for. Y la diferencia entre estos dos es exactamente la misma que la diferencia entre un like y while. When I use except that, the next sentence is going to be a complete sentence, subject, verb, and complement. When I use except for, it's only a noun phrase. Ready? Entonces, exceptuando que o exceptuando por, right? Is exactly the same. So when I say these animals are very different, except that they are mammals. What is the meaning of mammals?
No, teacher, suena como,
What
suena
is-
como a las, suena como, sí, no sé, como a las mamas,
Exacto. ¿Y qué animales son los que tienen o se alimentan de las mamas?
los leones.
Los mamíferos en general, ¿sí o no?
Sí.
Entonces, mammals es mamíferos, ready? So, these animals have a lot of difference, or they are very different, excepto que ambos son mamíferos, ready? Entonces, with these two expressions, except that o except for, I can introduce exception. Exception también es un tipo de diferencia, solo que es diferente a los otros contrastes, ¿no? Cuando uso expresiones de excepción, porque esta es como la excepción de la regla, o sea, es diferente a cómo va la mayoría de las otras características. ¿Listo? Entonces, that's the idea. André, ¿qué tal? Más o menos, more or less, easy.
More or less, teacher.
Entonces, listo. Vamos a ver un ejemplo, no worries. For example, here we have 5 animals. ¿Listo? Five animals, a wolf, a raccoon, a rabbit, a bear, and a turtle. Yes. Todos son mamíferos, excepto por the turtle.
Yes.
Entonces, in that case, I can say that all these animals are mammals. Pero aquí no voy a decir excepto que la tortuga, sino excepto por la tortuga. ¿Cuál crees que debo usar? ¿Except that o except for?
Except for.
Except for the turtle. Right? Except for the turtle. Right? That's it. Or, I don't know, for example, the wolf and the raccoon, yes, are very different, except that they are normally gray and black. Yes, excepto que normalmente son grises y negros, for example, right? Oh, for example, let's say the raccoon and the bears are omnivores, except that the bears prefer the fish, por ejemplo. Entonces, si uso except that, es porque la siguiente oración va a ser una oración completa. Si uso except for, es porque la siguiente oración es simplemente una oración nominal, o sea, un sustantivo. That's it. O sea, el nombre de la cosita y nada más. Ok, André, ready?
Okay.
Very good. Bueno, for example, I'm going to show you another example. Yes. These are my two brothers and me. Right? These are my two brothers and me. Yes. My two brothers are brunette. Son más bien morenitos. I am not. Right? I am very white. My two brothers are very tall. I am a little bit shorter. Un poquito más bajito, right? My two brothers are super relaxed. They are kind of lazy, medio vagos, right? I am not. Ready? The only thing that we have in common is that we have curly hair. Right? That's the only thing that we have in common. Because I can say that we are very different. Yes, me and my brothers, we are very different. Y te dejo la segunda parte. Complete it as you prefer.
We are very different, except that we all have the curly hair.
Wonderful, Andre. Muy bien, very good. So, except that we all have curly hair. That's it, right? Easy. Or if I want to make it shorter, I can say except for, simplemente excepto por el cabello, except for the hair. And that's it, ¿no? Entonces, I can use it in a long way or in a shorter way. Lo mismo que con unlike y con while is exactly the same, yes? Solo que con unlike y while tengo diferencias, con except dado, except for es simplemente excepción. ¿Qué tal, Andrea? ¿Un poquito mejor? A little bit better?
Yes, teacher.
Yeah. Listo, my dear. Very good. So over here, we're going to have another example in which we have two guys, right? One is this one. The other one is, well, yeah, let's put numbers. We don't know the names. Let's put numbers. This one is number one, and this one is number two. Tell me how could you contrast these two people? Maybe differences, maybe exceptions. I don't know. How would you contrast these two people?
The fierce man, while the fierce man dresses more formal. The second man dresses more informal. Is correct.
Yeah, of course. While the first man dresses more formal, the second one dresses more informal. Perfect. Anything else?
Mm, in contrast, the fierce man, the second one smokes.
Good, very good. In contrast to the first man, comma, the second one smokes. Perfect. That's it. Terrific. Any other? Do you have another one, maybe?
In contrast to
Yes, in contrast to. Ready? It's
contrast.
a diferencia de. So, in contrast to. Right?
Mm, mm, two persons are men. Eh, no sé cómo decirlo. Ese, bueno, better two person dress very good, except that the men are in different place.
Could be. Very good. So, they are both dressing very well, except that they are in different places. Could be, no? Or the one that you tried to do before, it's like both people are men, right? Except that they are very different. Yes? Or
Okay.
I can do it the
Algo así
opposite.
quería decir.
Or for example, they are very different, except that they are men. Yes, o sea, son muy diferentes, excepto porque son hombres, right? That's it. The only thing that's it's common. Andre, good, excellent. Questions about the difficulties or problems, dear?
No, teacher.
No, all fine. Better?
I am good. Yes.
Listo, my dear. Question. If I ask you to describe like a short contrast with your mom, what would you say about you and your mom? But you have no sisters or brothers, so yeah, do you?
I have two brothers.
Oh, you have two brothers.
Yes.
Okay, and well, in general terms to your family, mommy, daddy, brothers, so
Um, my brothers and me uh, are good. Good. I don't know. ¿Cómo es que se dice hijos?
children. Come on, we are with
Children.
children, yes.
Pero children no es como, no sé, es que a mí me suena como niño.
También, sí, o sea, funciona como las dos, right? Pero cuando digo como children es
Ok.
más como mis niños, como mis hijos, right? Pero
Ah,
pues
ok.
niños en general es kids, ¿no? You know?
Good. My brothers and me are good children.
Mhm.
Uh, said that I was uh, more rebel, um,
Rebellious.
rebellious. Yes.
Okay, very good. Yeah, it sounds similar to me. My brothers and me, we are all like good children also, except that they never discuss with my mom. I used to do it. No, I used to discuss a lot with my mom. Now that I live with my wife, no, I don't discuss with my mother. But before, when I used to live with her, I used to discuss a lot with my mom. But they didn't know. Strange. Bueno, anything else, Andre?
Mm, mm, in contrast to my brothers, I am not very tall.
Okay, how tall are you, Andre? How tall are you?
Um, one that 64.
I want to say, oh, but not short. Okay, for a woman, that's tall.
Yes, but they are more tall.
Oh my God, yes, of course. Okay, very good. Excellent. And anything that you used to do that you don't do now with your brothers? Is there anything that you used to do and you don't do now? Or, or the opposite, something that you didn't used to do before, but you do it now.
Mm, I am very organized
But you have been always
in contrast with my brother.
okay, okay, good. Andre, ¿me escuchas? You listen to
Yes,
me?
teacher.
Yes, good, good. Okay. So, well, in basically, that was what we
Mm,
were
sí.
supposed to do today, like showing contrast. This is another different way to show contrast. Es como una forma diferente de mostrar diferencias, no solo con los conectores, however, even though, no sé qué, sino que es una forma diferente de contrastar, ¿no? Como antes con un conector, pues decía, sin embargo, cosas así. Aquí, pues es más como esto pasa mientras esto pasa, o a diferencia de esto otro o igual contrastar el pasado con el presente. Son simplemente formas de contrastar. ¿Listo? All good, André? All fine? André? Yes? Good. André, ¿me alcanzas a escuchar?
Ya, teacher. Es que se volvió a desconectar, pero
Sí.
ya.
Sí. ¿Me alcanzas a escuchar la última parte? No.
No, no.
No. Bueno, good. No, es simplemente que en pues básicamente era como ver diferentes formas de contrastar la información, ¿sí? Sin tener que recurrir a los conectores de siempre, sino otras formas de contrastar información. Lo anterior era como contrastar, como esto es bueno, pero esto es malo. Aquí no es que sea bueno o malo, sino que uno es rojo y el otro es verde, básicamente. Son simplemente que son diferentes, sin decir que uno es malo y el otro es bueno. Simplemente estás diferencia entre dos puntos, o incluso entre el pasado y el presente. Cuando hablamos de used to, would, simplemente expresiones para contrastar. So, my dear, ready?
Yes, teacher. With online and in contrast is good for to to make a resume of the phrase,
To
more or
make a,
less.
okay, sure, yes, exactly. Well, like it's a good idea to use to make conclusions about the comparison.
To
It's good.
reduce to
Mm.
reduce the phrase.
Yeah,
It's
sure,
more
to
it's more
reduce
it's more short the phrase
totally.
with in contrast and online.
It's simpler, exactly, it's more simple, right? André pregunta, tú me has enviado dos correitos de que son con actividades escritas, pero no entendí, o sea, digamos, ¿son para corregir o what is it for?
No, teacher, lo que pasa es que en las lecciones de la semana 3 y 4, en las últimas partes, porque yo estaba atrasada, en las últimas partes decía como que escribiera algo en el tema que están ahí y que se lo enviara al profesor. Entonces,
Ah, ok,
es
no,
por
pero
eso.
no hace falta que me lo envíes al correo, sino que eso aparecía ahí, eso me llegaba como evaluación aparte.
Ah, bueno, listo, no hay problema
No
entonces.
problem. Yes, no, no te preocupes, no worries.
Eso me sube
Listo.
el porcentaje, ¿cierto?
Y of course, that should be. It's 3 and 4, right?
Yes,
3 and 4.
3 and 4.
Listo, my dear André. Entonces, pues, basically, that's it for today. It was a very easy class, shorter class, and that's it. Okay, so, my dear, have a wonderful night. See you the next week. With like calm, relax. I mean, we have to activate the level for the next 2 weeks. So the next week is week number 7, and the next week, the week of the 23rd, no, mentiras, of the 31st. 30, October the 30th is going to be the last class or the last week of intermediate 2. So November we started with advanced course. Okay,
Okay, teacher.
so my dear. And that's it for today. So see you the next week. If you need anything, text me. I will help you with whatever you need. Okay.
Okay, teacher, thank you very much.
Have a good night, beautiful. See you soon.
Likewise, teacher. Good night.
Bye. Thanks a lot.